If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick brick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 crippin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a round-the-way girl to let me Showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottom. Take 2 and pour out a little for my who won't live to see them all.
The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
So you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
4 yards the pickup, first down. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Davidson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. On 4th down, Davidson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. Touchdown! Quez Watkins. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their 25-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 27, Howell. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. About 3 yards there to the 27. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw, Howell. On the corner, gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. Touchdown, Washington. Anthony Schwartz, 27 yards. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Looking to throw on second down. Davidson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on third down. Off play action. Davidson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 7-7, our score after 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Davidson. And this is caught by Watkins. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run once more with Taylor. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation. Take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. A huge Huge play there for Washington. 48 yards. Well, I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hawkins. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. On 2nd down now. It's Hawkins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And that is no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
They find some open field here.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A huge play there for Washington.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Howell.
Complete to right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. On first down, Howell. He'll buy some time right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To throw again on second down. Howell. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Howell throwing for it. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal.
Off the play fake. Davidson sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
A final shot before break. Davidson. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter. That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That one goes for 8 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Howell throwing on first down here. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
First down, Howell to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. They'll go play action. Howell. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And now here's a carry heading left.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 9 yards that time.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Davidson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins,
his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
And some room to roam now.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
A huge play there for Washington. 49 yards on the ground. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Hawkins. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd and 1. Howell, flush. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
Yeah, in the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
To throw on 2nd down, Davidson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. And he's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 4th down, Davidson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Anthony Schwartz, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
2nd down throw for Howell. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time. Up the middle they go. Hawkins. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Man open, here is Jones. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll run here with Taylor.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Again, it'll be Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here's Howell.
On the move to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now they send a man in motion right.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Ready, set.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. But he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Third and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Philadelphia, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, you know I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best.